then you've kissed the face of God. Mary, did you know? Mary, did you know? The blind will see, the deaf will hear, the dead will live again. The lame will leap, the dumb will speak, the praises of the Lamb. Mary, did you know that your baby boy was Lord of all creation? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day rule the nation? Did you know that your baby boy was heaven's perfect lamb? And the sweet child that you're having is the great I am. Mary, did you know?
Joseph Franz was born to an unmarried woman in Salzburg, Austria, in December of 1792. His father deserted her before Joseph was born. An illegitimate child of that century and culture had very little advantage unless God intervened. Joseph's mother found him a sponsor who provided him with a chance for higher education. Joseph chose the priesthood as his profession. Ordained in 1815, he was sent to pastor a church in a remote Alpine village. 3 years later, while preparing for Christmas service at St. Nicholas, Joseph experienced an event that would prove to not only bless him and his congregation, but the world ever. The church organ was broken, which in Father Joseph's mind made it very difficult to plan an effective Christmas celebration for his congregation. The young priest took his problem before the Lord. God reminded Joseph of a poem he had written years before. Father Joseph quickly jotted down the words, took them to his organist, who composed a tune. December 24, 1818, with just a guitar for accompaniment, Stille Nacht was sung for the first time. Shortly thereafter, the organ repairman heard the story, took a copy of the song, and began to spread it throughout Australia. It eventually came to the attention of a local tailor, Herr Strausser, whose children were singers, local celebrities. Much to the delight of their audience, the Strausser's children added Stille Nacht to their repertoire. The fame of the children and of the song began to spread to the point that The Strassers were asked to give a performance of Stille Nacht before the king and queen. In 1838, Stille Nacht was published in a German hymn book for a general congregation singing. Germans who moved to America brought their song with them to the New World. It wasn't long before Stille Nacht was translated, and Silent Night became America's most beloved carol. And now the effect of Silent Night in one moment. The Christmas Eve, 1914, when fighting on the battlefield of World War I stopped, and the tone, soldiers' exquisite voice made history. Nentraub said it started with German officer Walter Kidnoff, a tenor with Berlin Orchestra. He came forward and sang Silent Night in German and in English. In the clear, cold night of Christmas Eve, his voice carried very far. The shooting had stopped, and in that silence, he sang, and the British knew the song and sang back. That is so moving. Gradually, the troops crawled forward into the man's land, said Weintraub. The song had a deep impact on many of the soldiers. Soldiers wrote home the day after to their families, their wives, and to their parents, saying, I won't believe this. It was like a waking dream. They recognized that on both ends of the rifle, they were the same.